Hello, my name is Bahara Malford, and I'm the Associate's Program Manager for Early Childhood Education at North Seattle College. In this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the certificates and degrees that we offer and how to get started at North Seattle College. If you have any questions after this video, you are welcome to email eceinfo@seattlecolleges.edu, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. This is the ECE Stackable that will let you know which classes you will need to take for each of the certificates and degrees that we offer. It's called a stackable because the certificates and degrees build on each other. For example, if you were going to get the short certificate, you would need to take the 3 initial certificate classes in addition to 2 classes for the short certificate. So at the bottom, you can see it tells you the total number of credits for each certificate or degree. If you want to get the state certificate, you're also going to take the classes for the short and the initial certificate. You will see for the short certificate, you have one required class, EDUC 115, and then you have some options. These options will decide what your specialization is for the short certificate. So if you take EDUC 130, which is guiding behavior, that's the general one. You can also get a specialization in school age care, infants and toddlers, family child care, outdoor learning, or administration. If you know you want to get the associate's degree, some of these classes show back up in the required section for the associates. For example, EDUC 130 is a required class. So if you know you're going to get the associates, then that's a class that you could go ahead and take. Something to note is that if you are getting the state certificate, if you already took EDUC 130 for the short certificate, then you need to take ECED 170 since that's the only other option left. Same thing if you go for the associates and you already took EDUC 130 either for the short or the state, then you would need to take ECED 170. When deciding which certificate to get, you're going to want to look at the DCYF requirements for the position that you're in or going to be in, and you will also want to check in with the site that you either work at or are going to work at to see what their expectations are. Once you know what certificate or degree you want to work towards, you're going to want to check the availability of classes for each quarter since we do offer different classes each quarter. So these 3 initial certificate classes sometimes might be offered all in one quarter, but other times they are not. If you know that you want another certificate, like you want the short certificate, and not all of the initial certificate classes are being offered and you can't take them all at the same time, that is okay. You can go ahead and take the short certificate classes as well, or the state or the associates. So you don't have to go in order. Just know that you won't receive each certificate until you've met all of the requirements for that individual one. If you email eceinfo@seattlecolleges.edu, you can make an advising appointment with me or someone on our team, and we can help you come up with what's called an education plan, where we'll discuss what your goals are, and then we'll plan out what classes you could take each quarter to best meet that. And we do try to think about how you could earn these certificates as you go along. We have 2 types of classes right now. We have online and virtual. We don't have any in-person classes at the moment. If your class is online, that means there are no meeting times and all of your coursework will be on Canvas, which is a site where you will do your assignments and readings and interact with your instructor. If your class is virtual, that means you'll have weekly Zoom meetings that are usually on weeknights or weekends since a lot of students are working. You will probably take a blend of both of these, and we have some classes that are offered in both formats and some that are offered only one way. So take that into consideration when you are planning out your classes. You will also want to take a look at the number of credits. On the stackable, the number in parentheses by each class will tell you how many credits it is, and the credits will let you know about the workload. So a 5-credit class is going to have more work than a 2 or 3-credit class. I also want to point out that there are 2 practicum classes. There's ECED 120 and there is EDUC 219 for the associates. These are classes that will have you take what you're learning and put it into practice. Our program does require that you are working or volunteering at a childcare site for at least 3 hours a week, and these classes specifically are having you reflect on what you're learning and how you're applying it. For the state certificate and the associate's degree, you do need to take a college level English class and math class. The reason they're listed on both is just to make it clear that both require it, but you don't need to take them twice. So if you take an English composition class, it will apply to both. The one difference for math is that you can take Accounting 110 to get your associate's degree, but Accounting 110 does not apply for the state certificate. So if you want both, then you would want to take a Math 100 level class. A Math 100 level class will work for both of these. But if you choose to take Accounting 110, that would only get you the associate's degree. You would not receive the state certificate. When deciding which English or math class to take, you will need to take placement tests for both, and that will just let you know what level you're at, because sometimes you may need to take some other courses to build up to a 100 level English or math class. Those placement tests can be found on our website, and if you have a hard time finding it, you can also reach out. We can send you the links. You'll notice that some classes have a small asterisk next to them. The asterisks let you know that these classes are prerequisites for the BAS ECE classes. If you're coming in already having a bachelor's degree, then you do not need to take the general ed requirements, but you will need to make sure you have taken these prerequisites before taking the ECE classes. To apply for the BAS, you must have at least 70 college level credits, and most college courses do count. You'll see on the Stackable, we have our email and also a QR code. If you scan this QR code, it will take you to our website where you can find more resources to help you as you get started. This is the website that the QR code will bring you to. It's the Early Childhood Education page on the North Seattle College website. If you scroll down, you'll see the degrees and certificates that we just looked at, and this can just give you a little bit more information. If you keep scrolling, you'll see a box for information sessions. We have one the first Tuesday of every month on Zoom from 8 to 9 o'clock p.m., and you can RSVP here. During the quarter, we have advising hours Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in our office in the instruction building. We also have a virtual advising hour Tuesday, 7 to 8 p.m., and the link for it is right here. To apply to North Seattle College, you can go to the top of this page and click where it says Apply Now. It will bring you to this page that talks about admissions. You're going to need to scroll down and find the button that says Apply Today. We have a whole nother video going into detail about how to do this process, and you can watch that if it'll help you, but you'll come to this page, you'll create an account, and you'll apply here. Your application will probably take 1 to 2 weeks to process, and in that time, we recommend you go ahead and start applying for funding opportunities. From our ECE site, you can navigate to this page called Financial Aid and Scholarships, where we've listed some common funding opportunities. You'll find the link to FAFSA right here. There's also a link to a video on how to apply, and there is also a link to WASFA, which you'll apply to depending on your citizenship status. If you keep scrolling down, you will see some commonly used scholarships. We often recommend students apply to workforce education funding, but also go ahead and look through all of them and apply to anything that you're eligible for. I hope this video was helpful. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to email eceinfo@seattlecolleges.edu. We look forward to hearing from you.